Hi, hello, welcome to MetaMinds Academy. So this is a lecture series of Quantitative Aptitude. The concept in this video that you are going to learn is percentages. So what is the concept of percentage? So how do you express as a fraction? To express as a fraction, x percent is x by 100. So how do you write x percent? X percent means x by 100. And how do you express a by b? So it is a rational number a by b as a percentage. So a by b we can write a by b into 100%. For example, 1/4. 1/4 is 25%. 1 by 4 as a percentage it is 1 by 4 into 100%. So it is 25. So 1/4 is 25%. 0.6 is 6 by 10. See, it is 3 by 5. 3 by 5 into 100 it is 60%. So 0.6 or 3 by 5 both are same. 3 by 5 is 60%. So similarly you have 1 by 2 is 50%. 1/3 is 33 1 by 3%. 2/3 is 66 2 by 3%. 1/4 is 25%, we have already seen. 3/4 is 75%. 1/5 is 20%. And 1/10 is 10%. 1/10 is 10%. So these are the standard some percentages we should remember. Okay. Now coming to this, if the price of a commodity increases by R%, then the reduction in consumption so as to increase the expenditure is R by 100 plus R into 100. So here if the price of the commodity increases, right, we have to reduce our consumption so as to maintain the same budget. Okay, so here the price of the commodity increase, so consumption should be reduced. If you want to reduce the consumption, you should remember that denominator should be more, your answer should be less. Reduction in the consumption means answer should be less. When answer should be less, denominator should be more. So it is 100 plus R. You can remember like this. Okay. When the price of the commodity decreases, your consumption should be more. You need to, your answer should be more. When the answer is more, denominator should be less. 100 minus R. That is how you can remember this answer formula. Now results on population. So here you have a formula to calculate the population after n years and before or n years ago. Let the population of a town be P. The population is P. Suppose it increases at a rate of R% per annum. Right? It increases. Because it increases, you take it as plus R%. It is increasing at a rate of R%. Then after n number of years, it is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. The population will be P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. Suppose it is increasing at a rate of R% and present population is P. You want to find the population n years ago. Right, n years ago, then it is P by the same thing, 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. Right. So if you want to, you are here, the current population is P. After n years or n year hence, it is multiplication P into this thing. And you are here, you want to find the population n years ago, then it is P by 1 plus R by 100 whole power. You have to divide with this quantity. P divided by this. Here P into this. Suppose it is decreasing by R%. then you will get minus here. It is also, if it is decreasing, you should use negative sign here. That's it. Okay. Now, so this is the result, right? We have discussed. If A is R% more than B, then B is less than A by how much percent? So we require less. When we require less, right, answer should be less, denominator should be more, 100 plus R. In the denominator we use 100 plus R. When we require more, that means answer should be more, denominator should be less. Denominator should be less means 100 minus R, right? You remember like this. Now these are the problems we are going to solve in this. The first problem is express each of following as a fraction. Now 4%, how do you write 4%? 4% is 4 by 100, right? Which is 1 by 25 as a fraction in P by Q form. 0.08%. 0.08% is 0.08 by 100. It is 8 by 10,000. It is 1 by 1250. 1 by 1250. Express each of the following as a decimal fraction. Decimals. So it is 28% is 28 by 100, which is 0.28. 0.2% is 0.2 by 100, which is 0.002. Now evaluate 28% of 450 plus 45% of 280. So what is 28%? The first one is equal to 28% is 28 by 100 of 450 is multiplied by 450. 45% is 45 by 100 into 280. So here 0, 0, 0, 0 gone. 28 into 45 by 10 plus 45 into 28 by 10. Both are same. So it is 2 into 28 into 45. 5, 9, 28 into 9, that is 252. Next, 16 2 by 3% of 600 minus 33 1 by 3% of 180. What is 16 2 by 3% of 600? 16 2 by 3 is 50 by 3% of 600. What is 50 by 3%? 50 by 3 by 100. So that is 300 into 600. It is 100. Now the remaining second part, I already told you 33 1 by 3%. 33 1 by 3% is nothing but 1/3. 33 1 by 3% of x is 1/3 of x. 1/3 of 180, 60. 1/3 of 180, 60. By after subtraction it is 40. So the answer is 40. An inspector rejects 0.08% of the meters of defective. So out of all defective meters, he rejects 0.08% of the meters which are defective. How many will he examine to reject? 2. So suppose he examines x number of meters. Out of x, what is the percentage of defective meters? It is 0.08% of x must be defective meters. So he has to reject 2 means that must be 2. So 0.08% is 0.08 by 100 into x equal to 2. 8 by 10,000, it is 1250. X equal to 2500 meters he has to reject. Sorry, x equal to 2500 meters, he has to examine to reject 2. Shobha's mathematics test had 75 problems. That is 10 arithmetic, 30 algebra and 35 geometry. Although she answered 70% of the arithmetic, 40% of the algebra and 60% of geometry problems correctly, she did not pass the test. So, total number of problems are 75, in which 10 are arithmetic, 30 are algebra, 35 are geometry. Out of 10, she answered 70% of arithmetic correctly. What is 70% of 10? 7. 70% of 10. 70% of 10, 70 by 100 into 10 is 7. Plus 40% of algebra, 40% of algebra, 40% of 30, right? 40% of 30 is 12. Similarly, and 60% of geometry, 60% of 35 is 21. So totally it is 40. So she answered 40 questions correctly, right? She did not pass the test because she got less than 60% of the problems right. So the condition is 60% of the problems should be right, but she answered only 40 correctly. So how many more questions she would have needed to answer correctly to earn 60% pass grade? So the pass grade is 60%. 60% of all the questions, 75 must be correct. What is 60% of 75? 3/4 of 60, right? 3/4 of 60, it is 45. It is 45. So she should have answered 45 answers correctly, but she answered only 5. How many more questions she should have answered? That must be 5. 45 minus 40. She would have answered 5 more questions correctly to get a 60% pass grade. During 1 year, the population of a town increases at 5%. During the next year, the population decreases by 5%. If the total population is 9,975 at the end of the second year, then what was the population size in the beginning of the first year? Suppose this is the beginning of 0, first year. So this is the end of first year, end of the second year, right? So during the 1 year, population increases by 5% plus 5%. During the next year, the population decreases by 5% minus 5% during the second year. If the population is 9,975 at the end of second year, so this is 9975. So currently we are here. Then what was the population size in the beginning of the first year? You are asked to find that population at before 2 years, 2 years ago. So 2 years ago means here what was the population at the end of first year? Because it is minus 5 and the number of years is 1, n equal to 1. So here the population must be 9975. When it is n years ago, we should divide the population P, present population, divided by 1 plus r by 100 whole power n. 1 plus 5, so it is minus 5, so we should use minus here. 1 minus 5 by 100 whole power n. N is 1. So this is 9975 into 100 by 95. Right? So this is the population at the end of first year. Now we are here currently we are here. We need to find population 1 year ago again with a plus 5% and n equal to 1. So it is this population 9975 into 100 by 95 by, because it is 1 year ago, divided by 1 plus here. Previously it was 1 minus, because minus 5, here it is plus 5. 1 plus 5 by 100 whole power 1 again, 1 year only. So this is 9975 into 100 by 95 into 100 by 105. So 95 into 105 is 9975. The answer is 10,000. So in the beginning of the first year, the population was 10,000. If A's salary is 20% less than B's salary, by how much percent B's salary is more than A's? So in the question you need to find more. More means we have two formulas, 100 R by 100 plus R into 100, R by 100 minus R into 100, right? We need more, so denominator should be less, so you take this one. What is R here? 20%. 20 by 80 into 100. 1/4. 1/4 of 100, 25%. So B salary is 25% more than A's salary. In an examination, 35% of the total students failed in Hindi. So N of A 35, 45% failed in English, N of B 45, and 20% in both. N of A intersection B is 20, right? So this is all failures only. Find the percentage of those who passed in both the subjects. But your question is passing percentage, right? So what is the formula? N of A union B is N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. It is 35 plus 45 minus 20. It is 60. So what is N of A union B? What is N of A intersection B? Refers 20% in both, failed in both. So N of A intersection B is 20% means what? The 20% fail in both the subjects. So this is failure percentage, failure percent, failure percent. So N of A union B is also failure percentage. So 60% are failed in either A or B or both, right? But we want the percentage of those who pass in both the subjects. So the required percentage is 100 minus 60, which is 40%, because the failure percent in either of the subjects is 60. The pass percent in both the subjects must be 100 minus 60, it is 40. Now a number when 35 is subtracted from it receives to its 80%. What is 4/5 of the number? A number when 35 is subtracted from it, right? A number when 35 is subtracted from the number, it receives 2. That means it becomes 80% of the number. 80 receives to its 80%. 80% of the number x, right? So 80% of the number is 80 by 100 into x. So it is 4/5 of x. But x minus 35 is that. X minus 35 is 4x by 5. So x minus 4x by 5 is 35. X by 5 is 35. X by 5 is 35. But you are asked to find 4/5 of the number. 4/5 of the number. So you multiply both sides by 4. You will get 4/5 of x, which is 140. 3 candidates contested in an election and received 1136 votes, 7636 votes, 11628 votes respectively. What percentage of votes did the winning candidate get? Who is the winning candidate? Winning candidate is who gets more votes. He gets 11,628 votes. So that is the winning percentage is winning candidate number of votes divided by total number of votes polled. Total number of votes polled 7,636 plus 11,628 into 100 into 100%. So if you simplify this you will get 57%. So the winning person gets 57% of the votes. The population of a town increased from 1.75 lakhs to 2.625 lakhs in a decade. So decade means 10 years. Over 10 years, it went from 1.75 lakhs to 2.625 lakhs. So what is the difference? The difference is 2.625 minus 1.75 is 0.875 lakhs. So the average percentage of increase, the average percentage increases of population per year is per year. So let us find first percentage of increase for all 10 years. So how do you get it? It is the population increased in 10 years divided by the original population. With respect to the original population, how much it increased into 100. So this is the percentage. If you calculate, you will get 50%. Right? So in 10 years, there is a rise of 50% in the population. So, but you are asked to find the average percentage per year. So you divide it by 10, you will get a average, on an average, the population rises by 5% per year. So in this problem, what percentage of numbers from 1 to 70 have squares that end in the digit 1? So 1 square ends in 1, 9 square also ends in 1, 11 square ends in 1, 19 square ends in 1, 21 square ends in 1, 29 square ends in 1. So you have 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So how many pairs like this? Between 1 to 10 you have 2, 11 to 20 you have 2, 21 to 20, 30 you have 2. So like that, 61 to 70 you have 2. So you have 7 such pairs, totally 14. So you have 14 such numbers out of 70. What is the percentage? It is equal to 7, you can answer 20%. So 20% of the numbers from 1 to 70 have their squares ending in 1. Now this problem is very important. When any number is divided by 12, suppose let it be x, right, divided by 12, then dividend becomes, what is the dividend? X by 12 is the dividend. X by 12 is the dividend. So dividend becomes 1/4 of the other number. Let the other number be y. Then dividend becomes 1/4 of y. So the two numbers are x and y. When a number, first number is divided by 12, the dividend becomes 1/4 of the other number. So from this you can write x equal to 3y. X equal to 3y. So by how much percent first number is greater than the second number? By how much percent first number is greater than the second number? So what is the first number here? X. Second number is y. What is x? It is 3y. X equal to 3y. So the first number is 3y, second number is y. First number is 3y, second number is y. So what is the difference? Difference is 2y. Difference is 2y. With respect to what? You are comparing with how much percent the first number is greater than the second number. You are comparing with the second number. So denominator, if you have to take the second number. Second number is y into 100. It is 200%. The first number is greater than the second. How much percent the first number is greater than the second number? It is 200%. Suppose you are asked to find how much percent the second number is less than the first number. Here second number, here first number. That means you are comparing with the first number. You are comparing second number with first number. So in the denominator you have to take first number. Denominator you should take first number because you are comparing with first number. Now what is the difference? It is 2y again into 100. So it is 2/3 of is 66 2 by 3%. Right? 66 2 by 3%. So it is 66 2 by 3%. So the first number is greater than the second number by 200%. The second number is less than the first number by 66 2 by 3%. 66 2 by 3%. And you can also do the same problem in another way. So after finding this relation, you have two numbers, 3y and a y. So what is y? Y is 100% of y. What is y? 100% of y? 100 by 100, 1 into y. So 100% of y is y. What is 3y? 300% of y. 3y is equal to 300% of y. Y is equal to 100% of y. So how much it is more? 200%. How much it is more? 200% more. So like that you can find when it is more. You are comparing with the first number. But it doesn't work in the reverse direction. Right? So you have to calculate like this. 66 2 by 3%. What percentage of a day is 3 hours? 3 hours is what is 3 hours is equal to how much percentage of a day? Out of 24 hours, it is 3 by 24 into 100%. So it is 8, 100 by 8, 12.5%. So 3 hours is 12.5% of a day. If 2,800 rupees is 2 by 7% of the value of a house, the worth of the house is what? Let the worth of the house be x. Then 2 by 7% of value of house is 2,800. So 2 by 7 by 100 means you will get 100 in the denominator, x 2800, x equal to 2800 into 100 into 7 by 2. So it is, the answer is 9,80,000. The population of a town is 1,76,400. If it increases at the rate of 5% per annum, what will be its population 2 years hence and 2 years ago? That means the current population of the town is 1,76,400. Right? If it increases by 5% per year, that means here also 5% per annum, here also 5% per annum, positive only. So after 2 years, before 2 years, 2 years hence, 2 years ago. So what will be the population 2 years hence? N equal to 2. It is 1,76,400 into 1 plus r by 100. When r is 5, it is 21 by 20. N is 2. When it is 2 years ago, you have to divide this 1,76,400, divide this by 1 plus r by 100 again 21 by 20 because plus 5% only whole square, right? So you find out the answer, you simplify, you will get the answer. So that is the end of percentages, and we will meet in the next video with another topic in quantitative aptitude, right? Please subscribe, like and share the video with your friends. Thank you so much.